Dispatch is an upcoming indie game that might just be a late dark horse to take some trophies during award season. Ad Hoc Studio, formed by some of the core team members behind Telltale Games' golden era, which featured The Walking Dead, The Wolf Among Us, and Tales from the Borderlands, is developing and self-publishing it. So naturally, the game is a narrative adventure with dialogue choices, but it puts a unique spin on the formula with team management and deployment elements. You play as Robert, a former superhero whose suit was destroyed and is beginning his new job at the SDN, Super Dispatch Network. Your job is to facilitate the messy group of heroes in the Phoenix program, an aptly named initiative created by the SDN to expand their superhero roster by absolving and reforming ex-villains. You're tasked with assigning them to their missions each day based on their individual powers and personalities, and obviously it's easier said than done, with the group collectively lacking respect for Robert. Having been planned initially as a TV show, it's no surprise that Dispatch is absolutely stacked with talent. The title is headlined by Aaron Paul and Jeffrey Wright, but also features voice acting legends Laura Bailey, Matt Mercer, and Travis Willingham, alongside creators from the gaming scene like Alana Pierce and Moist Critical. The result is a mix of classic Telltale storytelling, hints of Invincible, The Suicide Squad, and Thunderbolts, with a dose of BoJack Horseman's tragic charm. We had an absolute blast in the demo, so stick around for our full thoughts on Dispatch. The gameplay is split between two sides, the dialogue choice adventure and the team management side. If you've played Telltale games in the past, you'll be right at home with the choice adventure side. You dive into a beautifully animated comic book world with choices that come quickly and often. Based on your answers, the characters you interact with will react accordingly, giving you an impact on the direction of your relationships and other plot points. When you're on the clock and your shift begins, Dispatch's gameplay shifts towards a bird's eye city map and makes you the guy in the chair who calls the shots, or tries to at least. Your ragtag team of misfits includes the likes of Sonar, a literal Batman, Flambe, a pyro who you've had run-ins during your hero days, and Malevola, a half-demon with portal powers but is always late to meetings. From your computer, you can access each one's profile, which covers their origins, powers, strengths, weaknesses, and more. Across the city, you'll see alerts, missions, and requests from citizens continuously pop up. These include anything from mundane tasks like saving cats from trees and breaking up bar fights, to higher stakes assignments like escorting a VIP or preventing a heist. It's completely up to you to weigh the pros and cons of who is the best fit for each job. Oftentimes, it's a trickier decision than you might think. Essentially, it's a more evolved version of This Is the Police from 2016. Some missions allow you to send multiple heroes. Is it worth sending 3 of them to make sure things go smoothly, or would one hero be enough? Your best talker is completing another mission, and tensions are rising at an important event. Do you try and send in your next best diplomatic option, or resort to intimidation with muscle instead? Once your choice is made, you might have additional options pop up on how to proceed. Eventually, there'll be a probability roll that factors into the hero sent, their stats, and their performance. If all goes well, you'll get experience and then you can upgrade your attributes over time. Choose incorrectly and you can also end up with debuffed or injured heroes. There's also some side missions that Robert can solve himself by hacking. These minigame sequences involve a timer and you'll be navigating through paths with the directional pad. Overall, things can get hectic quickly as you walk the tightrope of making on-the-spot management decisions and trying to predict which heroes are the best ones to save for potential disasters. Although the demo stopped before the end of a full shift, we assume that the two sides of Dispatch, dialogue adventure and management, will influence and build upon each other. Whilst the Dispatch demo was short and sweet, we were impressed by its offerings. The animation, writing and voice acting were unsurprisingly tight and immersive, and it definitely felt like the good old days of Telltale long past. As always with narrative games, we hope that the player can have a real impact on the outcome and that the experience isn't too railroaded. Of course, the demo isn't the right place to judge, but we did do separate playthroughs and the results were basically the same in most places. On the Dispatch gameplay side, there was an impressive amount of depth with each hero having distinct passive and stacking effects. The banter on the radio between your squad was a notable bright spot that tied it all together really well.
Hey team, this is your dispatcher, Robert Robertson. I'm starting my first shift.
Compared to other games where your deployed team members would always do what you say, we were pleasantly surprised when some heroes went rogue and ignored or resisted orders, like Ash Ketchum's Charizard. The one low spot that stood out was the hacking segments. Whilst the rest of the game is well paced and engaging, it felt like mind-numbingly easy filler. Even if there are more complex puzzles in the full version, conceptually it just doesn't feel cohesive with the rest of the package. That being said, it feels like a real treat in store for us with Dispatch, and we're looking forward to buckling in for the rest of its journey. Dispatch will be available on PC and PS5, and in true Telltale style will release episodically over the course of 4 weeks, with the first 2 episodes being released on October 22nd and the last 2 on November 12th. If the previous games that the devs of Ad Hoc worked on are anything to go by, then the story is going to be hard to put down, and waiting a week is going to feel like an eternity. We'll have a full review of the game here at Mobalytics shortly after its release. Let us know below if you're going to give Dispatch a go.